Hello, friends. I'm back tonight with a BOGO, but I have something extra that I'm offering, and that is for a added on $5. I will also add charms and paper messages to your reading. So, a BOGO, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, it's $15 spots. For the price of one, you get 2 questions. And you can take as many of those spots as you want. It's a BOGO, buy one, get one. I usually charge $15 for one question, so you actually get two. They do not have to be related. They can be any 2 questions that you have, as long as they go along with my disclaimer policy. But for $20 total to take up one of those spots, you get both of those questions, but you can also get charms and paper messages added to those as well. So that is an option for today if anyone is interested. I'm going to go ahead and get started here in just a second for the free list. I also want to make you guys aware, if you're not already following me on TikTok or Instagram, you have the option of getting an extra free yes or no question today if you do follow me today. And you can get all of that information in the link in the pinned comment, or go to the description of this video. Hey Rashima, Jenna, and Shreda, how are you guys doing? Hey Jenna, I'm doing well. I think it's like a new moon in Scorpio today or something like that, and I'm feeling very like wanting to sleep, get under the covers, just kind of go into hiding, but I have been MIA for the last few days, so I want to make sure that I showed up for you guys. SB. Ooh, think they are. I think they are thinking about you. I am getting a yes. I am getting a no, Rashima. Also a no at the bottom of the deck. I hope everyone else is doing well tonight. Okay, so it's happening for you. I just think your timing is off. The Tower here is giving a no, but the Page of Cups talks about synchronicity. So I feel like you will be getting signs kind of when you know, like you'll just kind of have this intuition that it's on the way. And I don't necessarily know if you are feeling that just yet, but it is coming for you. It just may not happen in that time frame. You're welcome, SB. He does compare you to the other relationship. I'm trying to interpret this. Okay. Overall, I will say yes. I will say he is happier, but he does think back on this previous relationship in terms of how he interacts with you. And so it seems like there is some healing there, maybe something that should have come to an end before entering a relationship with you. He should have worked on this, but I feel like he is close to closing that chapter. Um, so yeah, overall, I am getting a yes, but he definitely looks back on that previous relationship, which he needs to find a way to move on from. Even I cut the deck and I have the Three of Swords, and this talks about past hurt and things like that. So that is what I have for you, Jenna. I feel like he's working on it. He needs to do better. Ideally, he would have been able to do this before entering a relationship with you, but sometimes that's not how life works. So we have about 11 minutes left on the clock, guys. If anybody else has a yes or no question that I haven't answered today, I'd be happy to answer that for you. Mindy, your current partner is very trusting of you, it seems. But maybe they also know that you still have feelings, or maybe some things you haven't sorted out from the previous relationship, and therefore they want you to explore that because they would rather know now than get hurt later. All right, so let's ask if it would be in your highest good to stay with your current partner. Show me a yes or a no. Would it be in Minty's highest good to stay with current partner? Show me a yes or a no for Mindy. Would she be happier? And would it be for her highest good to stay with her current partner? Ooh. I am getting a no. Wow, this is crazy. So the World is a yes card for me, but it came out in reverse. And also it talks about closure. So because I'm using my intuition and seeing the surrounding cards, everything is showing end it. It could possibly be because you haven't made up your mind officially either. Three of Swords. So yeah, you've got to move on from this past heartbreak for you to fully welcome this partner that you have right now. So maybe I'm picking up the conflicting energy, because I feel like even though it seems like maybe not the best choice to, I guess, connect or have a conversation with the ex-partner, you know deep down that you probably feel like you need to do that because maybe you haven't fully had, and this also talks about closure, had that closure that you needed. I feel like no matter how it works, whether this brings enlightenment to you and therefore you're open to your current partner, or if it doesn't, it's going to give you more of a green light, and then we can ask this question again. But Spirit is saying it's unfair to your current partner to still feel the way that you feel with your ex, and maybe that's why I'm getting a no. I do have feelings for ex, but he doesn't live in the area. He wants to drive 8 hours to see me and talk things out, but he's always in and out. I feel like my current partner is more stable, but that resonates because I'm feeling indecisive. I would agree with you on that, actually, Mindy. I feel your current partner is more stable. I can feel that just from seeing your question. But it's like you either have to decide within yourself, no, I'm putting my foot down and I am not communicating with my ex, and I'm going to be in a more open receiving energy for my current partner, and I am shutting that down whether I get closure or not. Or you decide to see what it is, and maybe it's going to bring enlightenment to you either way. But I just feel like if you think about the fairness of what it's doing to your current partner, it's not fair. So you really have to make a decision. And I feel like they are very trusting and very stable. And, if I was talking to you girl to girl, I would say stick with the current partner, forget the ex. But at the same time, your spiritual journey and your spiritual healing is very different and communicates differently than what I would think is realistic. And spirit sometimes gives me different answers because maybe you're conflicted, or maybe you feel like you need to see that through first before you can be fully ready and available 100% for your current partner. You said you were super honest with your boyfriend and he thinks you should talk to him, but wait till January when he comes to see you. Boyfriend wants to stop texting ex in the meantime. It's tricky. It's very tricky. And you have every right to basically form your own closure from that situation. You don't have to communicate with your ex, but he still lingers in your energy, and therefore you have to make a decision. It's interesting too, because as I said, he lingered in your energy. I saw 555. That may be an important number for you. You're welcome. All right, so we have 5 minutes left on the clock for the free list. If I have not answered a yes or no question for you, make sure that you speak now. If you want another question answered and you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, go ahead and do that. Let me know that you did that, and then I will answer another question. If you're wondering how to find my Instagram or my TikTok, all you have to do is click the link in the pinned comment, and it will show you all of my socials on that page. Hey, Benjamin, how are you? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We're still doing yes or no questions for new and returning subscribers. We have 4 minutes left on the clock, so if you have not had a yes or no question answered by me, I would go ahead and post it. Make sure you're posting the correct emoji and keyword in the chat as well so that I can know you're added to the free list. Jessica says, is my boyfriend in love with me? Show me a yes or a no for Jessica, please. Ooh, he's got strong feelings for you. He very much admires and appreciates you. I would say because it's the night. We're not quite there yet. We like to see king energy when we talk about being in love. So maybe he's closed off just because that's just his personality mixed with maybe some experiences. I feel like he's an honest person. I don't think it's quite in love at this time, which is realistic with your timeline. However, everyone's feelings are different and they come at different times. But just because it's a knight and not a king or even a queen, I would say not quite. But we're getting there. Strong feelings are here. He definitely adores you. 6 of Wands. You're welcome, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, he's taking things slower. He's not as slow as a Knight of Pentacles, but he's a Knight of Cups, and that's the second slowest kind of person. Benjamin, I'm getting a new counselor. Is she going to be a good person to help me? Show me a yes or a no. Ooh. It's almost like you're laying on a couch, like a typical counselor, therapist, psychologist kind of vibe where you're laying on the couch and expressing your feelings and having conversations and and going within. That's kind of what that looks like to me. However, this is a no card. um, for me, as far as a yes or a no, I feel like your options are maybe to still look around and see. I think that you're going to hit a certain point with this person in your healing process, but I think that you need a deeper dive, and I don't know if this counselor is going to get you there. So it's not a bad selection, not a bad option. However, I feel like you need something more. You need someone to go deeper with you. Like almost to the point of like hypnotherapy without being hypnotherapy, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would. But if you need someone now, this is a great option for now. I just wonder if you're going to hit a plateau or feel like you're not getting as far into it as you would like, or getting what you hope to get out of it. I feel like they're a decent person, but Seven of Cups is saying keep your options open though. Okay. Oh, okay. You're down for hypnotherapy. Well, shit. I had a feeling that you wanted something, like that. You want to get deep into the thick of it, and that makes a lot of sense. I just don't know if this person's the one to do that for you. Renee Walters, but also Benjamin, with anything, follow your intuition. Okay. Does Elise want to eventually make this a committed relationship? Show me a yes or a no for Renee. Holy shit, that's so crazy. Four of Wands. Like, this is the perfect card to come out if you're wanting to know if someone's willing to commit to you. So this is a yes. You also have the Six of Wands. This is public recognition for your commitment. So this could be talking to people about how now you're in a relationship with one another, or maybe, changing your status on Facebook, or if you have dating apps, deleting those. It's like a very public recognition of this commitment. So I would say yes. I feel like that is what's happening here, Renee. Hey, I Speak. How are you? I am doing good. A little sleepy tonight, but I think that's because I took a nap before this. So we have just finished the free list. Donations are open. This is a BOGO. So basically, you buy one reading, you get one free, and it's basically 2 questions for the price of one. But tonight I am also offering for an extra $5, so $20 total, 2 questions. And with those readings, you get charms and paper messages added in. I've had charms for a couple of years, but I rarely ever use them, and they've been sitting on my desk. So I figured, why not switch it up and have a little bit of fun? So if you guys are interested in that, that is an add-on option. Yeah, it's going well. Just hanging out, you know? Kind of in the mood to do like a general collective reading. Let's kind of do a classic where I do the masculine perspective and feminine perspective. All right, so general collective reading. This applies to everyone in here, as well as anyone who watches the recording. And this is specifically for love connections, situationships, romantic relationships. Benjamin, we actually haven't had anyone donate yet for this stream. All right, so the feminine side of things, how's the feminine feeling, please, Spirit? All right, so the feminine is feeling a little bit to blame. Maybe right now you feel you should have handled things differently or didn't go about things the right way. And maybe you're seeking forgiveness for some of you. But I do feel like this is the energy of understanding that you guys are at a point where maybe you're not able to come back from it. Whether that means that the cycles have ended and you're now in a better place, or you feel as though too much has happened and you aren't able to like breathe life into a situation that isn't working anymore. But either way, everyone's at a point where they can't go back. Oh, Benjamin, thank you. I'm going to finish up this collective reading real quick and then I'll confirm that. You're very sweet. Thank you. And Jennifer's donating. Yay! Jennifer, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. I'm feeling like the feminine energy is feeling a bit lost. They're really feeling at fault. This is kind of crazy. The feminine energy is feeling very at fault right now, feeling like they crossed a line, that they need to be forgiven, that they messed something up. Wish I could take my words back. So maybe you pushed for something that you felt someone wasn't ready for, or maybe you said something that you wish you could take back. Yeah, I don't know. This is feeling a bit regretful of maybe how things played out. How's the masculine feeling right now? Thank you, Jennifer. This is a collective general for the divine masculine and feminine energies that are in here, and also watch the recording. As soon as I draw these last couple of cards, I'll be moving on to my donations. Okay, so this person is still not over you, still wants to be with you, feels as though, ooh, I can't reach out. Okay, so they're very much thinking physical reality, three-dimensional issues. They're thinking everyday life. They're focused on their studies, their work, their personal responsibilities. I feel like the feminine here is more focused on healing and trying to find a way to move on. But I do feel that the masculine is holding on tight, feels like they can't let you go. They said that they still have feelings for you, feel drawn to you if you're a feminine watching this, and that they are also trying to heal. So they are mirroring you. They have a trouble with getting very close to you. They admire you. I feel like the bottom of the deck is saying like, I appreciate you. I find you attractive even though we can't be together. And the feminine energy is saying like, I'm waiting on you. Like, this is up to you to decide. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. Just a general collective, divine feminine, divine masculine. But we are going to move on to our donations now, because we got a couple, yay. Fun thing that I'm doing tonight is if you wanted to add $5 to your $15 donation for $20 total, I'll do the BOGO, but I'm also adding in charms and paper messages. I've had charms for a couple years and I rarely use them except for in pick-a-card readings, which I haven't done in a while. But I thought it would be fun to add those in. So if anybody wants paper messages and charms added into their reading, instead of the $15, just donate the $20, and everything else will be the same except for you'll get extra messages there. Benjamin, what can I do for you, sir? Ooh, Jennifer's been donating another $5. Sounds good, girl. Kendra, you're on late. I am on late. I took a nap and then I was like, I gotta stream. I told everybody I'd be back tonight. I've got to stream. Jennifer, I got it. Thank you very much. Kendra just wanted to stop by and say hi. Hello, hi. You're always welcome here. You're fun too in the chat because then you can comment on everyone else's readings. Okay, so Benjamin says, I'm struggling to move on from a past relationship. How long is this going to take for me to make room for something else and heal? Okay, so I will say I'm not the best with timing. However, I can give you ranges most of the time. And I've had a lot of feedback of people saying like, oh, what you said happened, da 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 da. So I'm just going to go with the fact that Spirit is guiding me when I look up these details. So just sit tight with me while I channel this. It's like hard for y'all to see the cards. Oh, Benjamin, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay though, to feel those feelings. A lot of times we try to hold back. We try to like fight through the tears. We get that lump in our throat because we're trying to push those things down. But there's a reason why we cry or we get upset or whatever, because our body is trying to release that energy, that sadness. And it's like a cleansing thing as well. If you think water is cleansing, tears are cleansing. It's important to get that stuff out, to feel those feelings. And if you continue to think that it's gone, but not experience when those emotions surface, then you're continuing to let your body hold on to that. And therefore, it's going to be even harder to let go of that. So just make sure you're allowing your body to experience those feelings. I'm sure you are, but if not, that's just my little bit for you there. Oh, that's a little crooked, sorry. Okay, so interestingly enough, I think very soon, Benjamin, um, I think you're going through what I heard to be 2 stages of healing. It's not all going to wrap up in like one fell swoop. It's going to be most healing throughout this period, which I'll tell you, and then it's going to cycle through again in the second period. But I can say with confidence, within 1 year max, you will feel fully healed. But it's almost like you get put into a regression um, during this time. So the regression is important for you to feel the feelings and to heal. And this regression has already started. It started on October 23rd. And it's going to go through the end of December. So you're going to feel a lot of things surface, a lot of things come up for you, a lot of feelings, emotions. And I know you'd be like, wow, 2 3 months, like that's such a long time. But it's like this is a healing process. By I would say maybe Christmas or like New Year's, you're gonna start to feel a bit different. And then it's like a new wave for you. January through June of next year is like 6 months of just I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like I can handle this. And then there's like a final nail in the coffin, something significant that happens. I feel like in July, like I'm July 2nd through the 11th or something that happens in July, maybe. That kind of is that like final thing of healing for you where you feel like, okay, this is it. I can officially move on. So yeah, the beginning of next year feels good, but there's just like one event that happens, or this maybe like blessing that comes through on you where you're just like, you know what, it's time to let that part of me go. So yeah, so I was hearing like 2 specific times for you. So just understand that this might be a difficult time for you right now, this time period between when it started 2 days ago and through the end of the year, roughly. It's not going to be easy, but it's pivotal for you to be able to start fresh. And it could be why maybe things are feeling a bit more intense right now. Kendra, I'm only doing BOGO tonight, but I did a a la carte earlier with the type stream. Benjamin, also it says that you're very close to achieving your goal and to hold the vision. And the vision is that in which you are healing and allowing yourself to feel through the feelings and just experience them. So But then you also have the card here, believe in the impossible. So I would say you've been through the hardest part. However, there's going to be a lot of maybe dissociating, thinking, processing, like you said, going to counseling, maybe for more than just this issue, but it's not going to be the hardest part of your life, but it feels like a regression is the word that I'm hearing. It's almost like you kind of start to get put back into that headspace again a little bit. But it's necessary for you to understand and navigate through your feelings so that way you can disconnect from, having those things surface and get to you with the intensity that they do. Is there a second question I can answer for you? Oh, you say that's right. I know you were there. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. Yeah, so spirit-led reading. Okay. What topics would you like to discuss with Benjamin, please? Benjamin, spirit guides coming through. What topics would you like to discuss and give guidance on? Oh, Benjamin, I'm sending so much love to you. I feel like you're going through this like really difficult time right now. And it's like, I don't even know if your conscious is aware of it. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. So Spirit is telling me that it seems that you rush maybe through different chapters of your life without really, what is this message? It's like it starts and then it stops. Things feel like they starting and then they're gaining momentum and then they just stop, and maybe things don't really actually take off, and maybe you jump from one thing to the next or have had a history of that and now you're learning to not rush through these things. So like, for example, serial monogamy, where you didn't heal from the past relationship, but you're jumping into the next relationship, and then you jump into the next relationship, and that could be a habit of yours. Again, that's just an example. So we have the 10 of Swords, we have the 5 of Cups, we have the Fool in the World, which is like the subjects here. The 10 of Swords talks about feeling defeated, feeling maybe even betrayed, feeling alone, feeling weighed down, and maybe even feeling a bit tired, just energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of that. The 5 of Cups does talk about regrets. It can also talk about loss and sadness that you feel that comes along with that loss. The fact that we have the Fool in the World out here as well, this is the beginning of the journey and the end of the journey of the Fool. And the fact that they're right here next to each other, it just tells me that there's a lot of loops, a lot of cycles that you go back around and start over and end and over and end and over and end. And it almost feels like a very like rushing process. But because of that, because we're jumping ship and going to the next thing or trying to use distractions and whatnot, we are just falling back into the same habits, the same patterns. You might feel like your life is quite literally stuck on a loop, and that's why you're looking for deeper, like healing, you know what I mean? Like therapy. Ooh, that's a cycle. That is a cycle. It's definitely encouraged that you understand this about yourself and acknowledge it. Like I said, the example that I gave was just an example to explain what I was trying to say. But being too independent and not letting people in, not letting people close to you, not letting people help you, that also is a cycle that you could fall back in and start over and end and start over and end. And it's like, you know, what is it called? Like a rat race? Like, you know, you're on a wheel, a spinning wheel, and it just feels like you're going fast and getting nowhere. Um, let's dig into this a little bit deeper here. It's almost like you're trying to solve your life as well. It's like you're trying to create a formula, so to speak, for your life. So that way you can live it to the best way that you know how. It's like you feel like you're a puzzle that needs to be solved, and you're not. You don't need to be solved. Because the Fool and the World are here right next to each other, the thing that I instantly heard is things are starting and ending and starting and ending and starting and ending. And it almost feels like a cycle because the world is cyclical. And it just makes me feel like, and I'm talking about, maybe this is just acknowledgement. You have that acknowledgement because I feel like, Benjamin, you do have a lot of self awareness. So it's very possible that this is a past you that spirit is acknowledging that you're starting to work your way out of. But I just wanted you to know that if you fell stuck, if you feel like there's not new energy being breathed into your life right now, if you feel like there's stagnancy there, I am getting confirmation for that. I do see you working very hard to try to fix this or to overcome this, specifically because the Hermit is here. But I was also saying that in this card, I'm seeing like you feel like you're a problem that needs to be solved. You feel like you are a piece, or your life is like puzzle pieces, and you have to put it all together and like understand it. But you don't. Like, you don't have to think that you're a problem. You're not a problem. You are someone who has problems, but you are not the problem. And I feel like that's important for you to hear from spirit, that you are not the problem and you are not a problem that needs to be solved. But the Hermit does talk about introspection. It talks about enlightenment. It talks about Renee says, it's actually quite fun to watch other people's reading, kind of satisfying. Wow. Thank you. I also feel the same way myself, because sometimes I feel like there's postcards in every reading, and the people that are watching it, like, there may be some, information for them too. It's not their reading, but they may get something out of it, which I think is really cool. So you are going through a period of enlightenment, Benjamin. Which is really great to see, because like I said, you are very aware of yourself, your habits, why you do things the way that you do them. You just very much like want to understand and have a good understanding of the actions that you make and who you are and why you do things and what has made you this way and things like that. You're very much into self-discovery and navigating through things, which I think is great. But here we are with the Queen of Swords, and it's a lot of self-focus and not external focus. It's inward. And when you have that, you feel isolated. The Hermit and the Queen of Swords is the epitome energy of being alone, doing things on your own, being independent, cutting people off, not letting people get close to you because you have a sword in between you and them. And then the Hermit talks about retreating and being hermited and being on your own. So maybe Spirit is saying, like, it's important to take the knowledge that you have, but don't be afraid to invest in other areas. Don't be afraid to get close to other people. I think that with the devil here, as it talks about temptations, attachments, addictions, negative thought patterns, bad habits, things like that, it could be some things you're working through that you feel you need to overcome. And therefore, it's almost like your spiritual side, your higher self side, and then your low vibrational side over here is trying to fight and get you to either turn towards that or turn towards that. And you're trying to figure out, where do I invest my time in? You know what I mean? Like, who do I succumb to? The devil between the world and the fool. Cycles. You're so funny. Hey, Jenna, thank you for the donation. I'll confirm that one in just a second. I was letting everyone know that I'm doing the $15 buy one, get one. So you get 2 questions for the price of one for $15. But if you wanted to add $5 to that and make it $20 total, you could. And I will add charms to your reading as well as paper messages. So that is also an option tonight, which I haven't offered before. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll confirm that one for you. At the bottom of the deck, we also have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups reappearing. This can just talk about, it's kind of like the middle of your life. It's like the centralized conflict that you have or the struggle that you feel. And likely in comparison, comparing yourself to other people as well, because the 5 of Wands talks about competition and feeling like, other people may have the upper hand, but you're also trying to have the upper hand and overcome, but there's loss surrounding that as well. And it just makes me feel like maybe you feel sadness, when you see other people experiencing things that you aren't experiencing. Understanding, though, that you're still keeping people at a distance, that is your choice. So it's like this hard place that you put yourself in because you find yourself longing for the things that other people have, but not putting yourself in a position where you can have those things. And maybe it's due, you said invest in confronting the attachments and patterns that cycle, perhaps. I would feel like that's pretty accurate. I do see that you have so much love to share. You are romantic at heart, Benjamin, and whether that's romance in relationships or just romantic ideas, hopelessness, like hopeless romantic, or that just means like really investing your feelings in the friendships that you have and the people that are around you that you care about, platonic or otherwise. It feels like you have a lot of love to give, but you hold back. My advice here is try not to analyze so much of what you do, how you do them, why you do them. Just feel through the motions. Healing is important because, as you said, going to counseling and like working through that stuff is important for sure. But there is a difference between overanalyzing yourself versus trying to heal and move forward. There is a difference. And some people can get stuck into this loop of like, why am I the way I am? And, analyzing yourself and trying to figure out why you either have the things you do or don't have the things that you want. And it's like not up to you to analyze yourself. Let someone else do that for you. So I would say, I feel like, therapy is a really good idea for you. Yeah, just like day to day, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Just notice, be aware of any cycles maybe or patterns. You're welcome, Benjamin. Thank you for the donation. Next up, we have Jennifer Melos. So you can go ahead and post your question, Jennifer, whenever you're ready. And let's see here. Jenna, I got your donation as well. So Jenna, you'll be after Jennifer, okay? You're welcome. All right, let's see. Spirit-led reading, spirit guides of Jennifer. What guidance do you have for Jennifer? What would you like her to know at this time? Where does she need to focus? What guidance do you have? Ooh, this is an interesting message, Jennifer. I am hearing that you go through periods of time where you feel like things are very lucky for you, and then it all comes crashing down. And you feel like every time you build up momentum to get somewhere or to do something, something just shuts it down. Something just stops. And so you feel like you have the ability to manifest what you want or have the things that you want come towards you because you start to see it happen. But then suddenly it shifts, suddenly then it stops. And it's like you have this feeling like you can't figure out a way to balance, I guess, your quote unquote good luck versus your bad luck. And it's almost like things just kind of start and then they stop for you. Maybe particularly with money, but also love, Six of Cups. Well, and when I say money, I mean everything surrounding that, like career, a job, a project, a hobby, your finances, things like that. Okay, so part of it is due to, wow, this feels kind of like Benjamin's, but not exactly. It's a different energy, but something is reminiscent of that for whatever reason. But it feels like you do compare yourself to other people a lot. And you focus on what others have or what you're lacking, and the lack mindset's becoming an issue for you, and it's becoming a block actually. So if you, for instance, want something in love, you might look at other couples and be like, oh, I want that. Or if you're in a relationship and you want a stronger relationship, you might look at other people who you perceive to have stronger relationships and desire that for yourself. If you want a bigger social media following, you probably look at other people and say, oh, they have what I don't have. Or materially, they have what I don't have. And it kind of gets to this thing where you're not in competition with anyone but yourself. Okay. So Spirit is saying, like, don't focus on maybe this lack sense that you have or comparing yourself to other people. And also, the Three of Swords talks about healing the past heartache or pain from that. I feel like you've done a fairly good job. However, I feel like when you it's easy for like negativity to creep in. That's what I'm saying. And it like, Spirit is saying you are continuing to grow, you are continuing to level up, to achieve even more towards your higher self. Don't allow yourself to fall back into old patterns that you used to have, old cycles that you used to have, because you do have the ability to achieve what it is that you want. It's here for you. Let's keep going. Let me get some more cards. The Six of Cups is coming through for you twice here. Do you feel restricted due to past relationships? And maybe even wish that you could have continued communication, or that other relationships of the past would have worked out in some way. Maybe if things were different, you wish they could be. I know a lot of people have hope for just future relationships, and they're like, no, I absolutely would not want to be with anyone that I've been with before. But then there are some people out there that are like, I wish things were different, because that's what I'm getting. The Six of Cups talks about being reminiscent of the past, thinking about memories that you've shared with someone. This can also talk about desiring reconciliation. Yeah, and this dissatisfaction that you're feeling is also creating a block for you. It's good. Spirit is saying it's good that you stop yourself from thinking that way, but I do see you in your head a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say overthinking, but it's like you find yourself going back down that like mental spiral. You know what I mean? You find yourself there quite often. But I am getting confirmation from Spirit, like, kudos to you to stop yourself from thinking that way, because we all have intrusive thoughts, and it's just a part of life, and it's just what happens. But if you can say, no, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna put myself back into that mind space because I don't want to dwell in that, good for you. I'm getting confirmation that that is what they're asking you to do. I actually, believe it or not, see a king here for you, a king of pentacles. Doesn't really matter like your orientation, or your sexual orientation, but I am seeing a masculine energy here, someone of means. It feels romantic in nature, not quite sure, could be an advisor, but it's just somebody here that's like telling me that you can achieve what it is that you want. Honestly, it might even be a spirit guide, a masculine entity here, but I am seeing a male energy for you. It's almost like I have a hunch about this. I'm going to dig into it a little bit further. Because it almost feels like this person of the past is like, even though they're not, they're here, they're on Earth, it's almost like they're acting like a guide for you to help teach you something, so that way you can get out of this cycle. King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Okay, so this card did have two interpretations. This is someone who is from your past, who didn't really have a good vision of the future. They lived day to day. They didn't have maybe good foresight, possibly not good motivation either. They are on the younger side. This is also like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy as well. It doesn't have to be, but it's like giving restlessness, not really sure what I want to do with my life. Maybe you guys felt like you were on different pages, and this person lacked motivation or foresight. They were the type of person who lived day to day, but they wanted what they wanted, and they probably were in a more selfish mindset than you at the time that you knew them. And you were Empress energy, looking for your emperor, and you felt like a little bit maybe defeated or betrayed by this person because they weren't living up to your expectations. So that person's there for you. And if this is the person that we're talking about, then they're still here. Like I said, they're still in your energy, and it's something that needs to be cleared out. You said your ex, he's an Aquarius. Okay. So yeah, 2 interpretations to that card there. But yeah. Oh God. All right, so we're going to pull out some charms and some paper messages for you for this reading, and you can go ahead and let me know what your next question is. All right, so I have a ring here. This can talk about commitment. This talks about infinity, things that don't end. So certain words that I give to you might resonate for you as well. Maybe something to do with a promise ring or a promise that someone made to you. But like this ring also just goes on forever. It like never ends. And that's why rings are like symbols of like commitment and things like that. So it's possible that maybe you are having a hard time wrapping your mind around either committing to someone new or the idea that this is available to you. I feel like you need to know you are a seductress. Like you have this way about you that is very seductive. It's almost like a siren. I have the mermaid here, so it's like you may be attracting people that you aren't even attracted to. Like you may be like not even realizing it, but like there's just so many people that want to be with you or want to be in your bubble, you know, want to be around you, want to create a bond with you. I feel like, and I know this is like unrelated to the reading, but there's something about you that like you really know how to like doll yourself up. Like people might say, what is that expression when someone like gets all dressed up? Oh fuck, what is it? It's like basically like a quote or like an expression that you would say to somebody who gets all dressed up and they talk about how you look nice, you look really good, like all dolled up. It's not coming to me. I don't know why I can't think of it, but you probably also feel like your biological clock is ticking maybe. You feel like you're running out of time, something about that. So you are very powerful in the evening time. You might notice that some people are like morning people, some people are not. Whether or not you are or not, you do well with evening time activities. So basically, if there's anything that you've wanted to do, work on, plan for, make lists, projects, hobbies, be constructive, be proactive, manifest, it's very good for you to do that in the evening time. You are very charming. And I see like spirituality is important to you. Whether or not you have a faith, whether or not you have a religion, you hold like that belief system very close and near and dear to your heart. I see someone missing you. And someone having regrets. Specifically, there's something about your lips that this person's like really obsessed with. Maybe your scent as well. There's something here about giving flowers or you being a rose or a lily, or just the way that you smell. It's just something floral here. I feel like if you're wanting to know if this person that you're thinking of that's kind of coming through in that reading that I just did for you is missing you and is aware of what they lost, they do. I feel like you are a very nurturing person. And there's something here that I'm not fully getting. It's like, ooh, tension. So it's like a rush that this person gets when they think of you. You know, like that feeling of like a pit of your stomach, like when you hear someone's name that you haven't like feel like you got closure on, or like they make you excited. It's like this rush, like this tension. It's like whenever they hear your name or think about you, that's what they get. So did you post your second question yet and I just missed it? Jenna, you're more than welcome to post your first question since you are next. I can go ahead and take that. It's been weird at work. Okay, Jenna, I got it. Ooh. Okay, somehow I must have mixed these up. Of course. Okay, Kendra. No, I'm actually wrapping up Jennifer's reading right now, and then I'm gonna do Jenna. After that, I don't have anybody on the list. Okay, way too many cards. I was like 5 cards at once. Let's do 1 card at a time, Spirit. What should Jennifer be cautious of at her job? I'm back. I love how you guys always tell me that. What should Jennifer be cautious of at her job? Oh, Jenna, okay. Okay, lots of different personalities and perspectives. It's a very diverse group, it seems. I'm seeing men, women, I don't know, masculine, feminine energies, even just a lot of people all wanting different things. It's just like a melting pot of feelings and emotions and social dynamics. It's like some people are just in it for themselves. Some people only give what they can get. Some people really do have the best interests of people at heart. Some people are trying to get to the top. I do feel like some things are kept from you. Things aren't 100% being told to you. And that could just be the workings of the job itself, like the plans that, the managers have for the future of the company or for your future at the company. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad, but I do feel like if there is also another interpretation, like a weird social dynamic, like cliquey, that they may necessarily not be the best people to trust. The moon talks about things that are hidden, things that haven't been brought to the surface yet that people are not aware of. And it's not usually the best information or the best things that are being said. You feel like something is kept. Okay. Okay, Kendra, I'll confirm that in a sec, girl. So the Nine of Swords is here twice, right next to each other. These Nine of Swords right here. And this talks about maybe like feeling insecure or unstable in the position that you're in and feeling a lot of worry and concern and possibly like sleepless nights or restlessness because of it. This can also allude to insomnia. I feel like you're looking for advancements in the job itself, maybe more money specifically. But I feel like you are here just saying, what opportunities are available to me, I'm going to take them. But you feel dissatisfied with what's been presented to you. I don't know. It's like this weird thing where it's like, I don't necessarily think you don't like your job. But I feel like maybe you're not comfortable. So when I was talking about like a cliquey feeling, like where people kind of get along with others, or kind of like you feel like you deserve more recognition than you get, and you feel like these other people are making it hard for you maybe to achieve, or like I said, get the recognition that you feel you deserve in this. Let's see, why is the Judgment card here? You said very true. Now, I don't see you walking away from this job per se. Not right now, at least. I think you're more willing to put up a fight. We have the Magician. I think you're willing to try to make this work. It just almost seems like there's like an elite group in your job. Like it seems like there's like these people that maybe you feel like not quite on the outside of, but a little bit. Like I don't know. I just keep hearing like I'm not getting recognized. I'm not getting recognized for what I do here. Um, Maybe you feel like you should be more on the inside than you actually are. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, and whether or not this is a remote job or an in person job, it seems like it would be a struggle, honestly, either way. The only thing that's indicating to me that you might end up leaving is because the Page of Wands is here with the Ace of Wands, which means that you may be wanting to explore other options that maybe fulfill your passions. And the Page of Cups talks about kind of going off on your own and doing your own thing. Hey Pisces, thanks for being here. My free list is actually closed, but you're more than welcome to donate $3 for a yes or no question to be answered. Or if you're not already following me on TikTok or Instagram, you can click the link in the pinned comment and go follow one of my socials, and I will answer the question for free. You want to focus more on your business. Gotcha. So I will say, for the most part, there's nothing to be really cautious about exactly. Like, I don't feel like there's anything super, super negative. But it's like if everybody else is focusing on their own goals and what they want from things, like, oh, I'm only going to put in what I get out, or I'm trying to make my dream come true, or I actually have the purest intentions for everyone in the place, or I'm trying to level up and become management and climb the ladder. Like everyone has like their own perspective, their own personalities. You're in a place of very diverse people who are all working to do their own thing. This could be a mom like who has children. She's just focused on getting her bag and like leaving. Like, so my advice would be to not focus so much on what like other people are doing and just focus on yourself. And understand that maybe you're not privy to everything that you should know, but eventually, like the moon, eventually the truth always comes out. So if you feel like something is hidden from you, trust your intuition. The high priestess is here. Um, yeah, but it doesn't seem like anything super, super bad, I will say. So I hope that gave you confirmation. Let me pull out some charms for you real quick. And then we're going to move on to Jenna. And after Jenna, we have Kendra. You want to focus more on your business, but you can't leave your full-time job yet. That makes total sense. And that's actually super, super smart. All right, so paper messages. Oh, didn't mean to take off that. All right, Spirit, what should Jennifer be cautious of at her job? Please give me any insight, any information that she needs to know regarding her job. Associate. Accountable, amused. Lots of alliteration here. Okay, so I'm hearing let this job be the vehicle to get you to where you need to go to be your dream, to get you to your dream. This is just right now. This is not something that's going to be forever for you. There's something about associates. Like, a employee, like a coworker, or someone who's kind of like a acquaintance here that's coming through that needs to be held accountable. Amuse to me almost looks like negative, because it's almost like someone finds something amusing to do something that's not maybe very nice or not appropriate. They get like joy out of it. Ooh, interesting. Right here at the top, we have insomnia, and I was talking about that the other day. Or not the other day, what am I saying? I was talking about that with your reading. The fuck? Why did I say the other day? Oh, that's weird. Ooh, maybe that was like someone saying something. I was just channeling a conversation. I'll set these aside. If anything comes through, I'll interpret those. But let's get some charms. Yeah. Ooh. A ring came out again. What the hell? So this is just showing your commitment to the job itself. Just because you know this is like what you need to get you to where you need to go. And I see that you have very good work ethic as well. That is being noticed. Anything else for Jennifer, please? I feel like someone's being two-faced here. So we have this little charm, which is like hard for y'all to see, right? It's hard to see because my camera's not like the best. But I don't know if you can see it or not. But basically, it's like when I assigned meaning to this charm, I felt like it was like a poser. Which is like an old school term for like someone who's like being an imposter. They're not like who they say they are. So it feels like a little bit like someone who's really good at being a chameleon, and maybe being a little bit fake, because they're just trying to morph into like what they think they should be for that given situation. I'm getting like Christmas time, you're gonna get more insight on this. Spirits, I think, telling you to take a vacation. But yeah, there's a lot of like snowflakes and reindeer and things like that here at the top. So I'm getting like maybe more insight is to come around the holidays or the winter time. You said you feel like someone is fake, but you don't know who. Let's see if I can get a feminine or masculine energy with the charms. Hold on. Is this a man or a woman? Masculine or feminine? You said you're heading to Washington D.C. this weekend, but you do see taking a vacation in December. There you go. Oh, this feels feminine. We have a little kitty, which talks about intuition. Intuition connects to a feminine. Ooh, celebrate. That might have been for you. All right, so that's what I have for you, Jennifer. Just don't really focus too much on the negative when it comes to work, but maybe just not trust everybody there. Everyone's in it for themselves. Everyone at work is always there to achieve something selfishly because that's what they have to do. And everyone is always going to be looking out for themselves no matter what. You're welcome. Okay, so Jenna says, you said my Taurus Brandon compares our relationship to his ex. She's Sagittarius. I do feel insecure. They broke up a year ago next month. So what's to come for our relationship? All right, let's see. What's to come of the relationship between Virgo, Jenna, and Taurus, Brandon? Thanks again for the donation, Jennifer. For a very earthly couple, you guys are very adventurous. I see you guys just kind of doing your own thing, like having fun, maybe even. So we're off to a slow start, but it's going to be well, okay? I see with the Hanged Man, this kind of can talk about like sacrifices needing to be made and seeing things from a new perspective. We also have the Page of Wands as well. So I do feel like your person, Brandon, is going to need to, I'm trying to like make it so you can see the cards more. He's got to go through I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's healing, maybe, but he does have to kind of snap out of things a little bit and realize what's in front of him, which I think that he will. We have the Death card. This talks about changes and transformation. So you are going to see changes in the relationship for the better. The card next to it is the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about good fortune, good things coming your way. This can also talk about balancing the scales of karma. So maybe this relationship that he was in could be a karmic and it's something that he has to disconnect from, but he will. I think that you are going to see more love and emotional involvement in the relationship in the future. Maybe right now it feels like it's a bit of a delay. You said we're going on a cute couples camping trip this weekend and we just booked a trip to Salem. Ooh, cool. But it's just hard. Like he dated that girl for 3 years. It wasn't his decision to end it. Sometimes they over, especially despite getting us these happy still reflects. We're adventurous, that's funny. But also we have plans booked together all the way till November 13th. We're still Earth signs. It is slow. I still haven't seen my boyfriend and it will be 4 months this November. Aw. He told me he doesn't want to rush things, plus he has trauma. Oh shit. His ex did physically and emotionally abuse him. What the fuck? Oh my god. So yeah, it is healing then. Oh my god. He's definitely been getting better, but I just worry like he has PTSD and had a nightmare about her a few weeks ago. Damn. So yeah, he definitely has a trauma bond with this person. It seems that he needs to sever those ties. That's not easy to do. Good. I'm glad you're both excited for this weekend. You know, by the sound of it, Jenna, it doesn't necessarily sound like it has anything to do with you. It seems like he just hasn't been able to work through his shit. Right. Yeah. So the great thing about the death card is this literally talks about like something ending, okay? Like basically the death of maybe even this relationship for him, not you and him, but like his ex and him, and the transformation and growth that comes from that into something blossoming into something new. I'm specifically seeing the pin on the house actually here. So maybe foundations are being built, something stronger is going to come about between the two of you as he navigates through this literal trauma that he has with this person. But I feel like you are getting stronger. Like, quite literally, the strength card is here. Y'all's relationship will only get better. The Knight of Cups is here talking about maybe more romantic gestures, maybe being more expressive romantically as well, and feeling safe enough to communicate these things to you, which is good. Just continue to be his safe space. Temperance and the Hanged Man is here. Hanged Man talks about delays, and Temperance talks about taking things slow, maybe even slower than you would desire them to be. So that is definitely resonating here. I feel like he is also the type of person who needs a lot of time on his own, but he does want to spend it with you, and he does not regret being in this relationship with you. But as I was saying in your yes or no, I do feel like it's something he probably should have tried to heal before moving into a relationship with you. It's like, I feel like he was able to heal from the relationship itself, but not the PTSD that came from the relationship. And that's creating this bond between them. It's called a trauma bond, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but it's real and it's really there. And it can make anything harder. I'm reading a couple of things that you said that I haven't had a chance to read yet. It sometimes makes you insecure. He's just so honest. It's good. It's good that he's honest. It's good that he's blunt. He shouldn't be afraid of hurting her feelings, because that's only going to continue to build the trust that you guys have between the two of you. Yeah. Aw, that's sweet. He told you he was really happy with you. Yeah, that makes sense. I personally don't feel you have too much to worry about there. You're a psychologist? No way. That's amazing. That's very cool. Okay, so let's pull some paper messages and charms for you. Is it a certified school psychologist and he's a teacher? 1111, guys. Oh, that's good. I'm glad things are so aligned. So he has held a candle for you all this time, like that expression of like the one that got away, someone who I always favored and hoped we would come back together. He has always had that thought about you. Honestly, I think there's times where he kind of wishes he could have stayed with you and not gone through what he went through because he knows that he's safe with you. But at the same time, he knows that's unrealistic. But it is a thought that crosses his mind from time to time. I do feel like he feels you are incredibly rare and precious. Wow, that is so many. I'm just going to take the ones that are face up right now. There we go. He feels like you have this natural beauty and that you are a gift to him. He's willing to take action on this as well, like on your relationship. Like he's willing to do what it takes to get through this current of confusion. I think he wants to actually talk to you more. He feels like you're able to help him. Ooh, cozy. Y'all were just talking about cuddling up. So lots of cozy, warm, fuzzy vibes in this relationship. He feels like it's divinely blessed and that you bring a lot of wisdom to this. The circle, the ring, this talks about infinity. So you may have expressions where you talk about infinity or an infinite love or just truly being committed to one another. That just doesn't feel like the cycle is going to ever stop of loving one another. You're incredibly rare. We have a pearl in a shell and a snowflake to him, so he feels like you're one of a kind. Travel is here, which I think you guys said that he's at a distance. So this talks about communication and maybe even virtual communication that you guys have at a distance. That may continue for a little while because the question is, what's to come for the relationship. But it does look like this person is willing to make that sacrifice and travel back and forth. This is like childhood here. So you guys said you've known each other before. It's like a feminine childhood toy here. Like it's pink and it's like a little unicorn, which talks about maybe like safety and innocence, which he feels with you. I'm hearing something about a gift, wanting to give you a gift, but it's like not fully coming through. So I don't know if it's just a half baked plan right now. We'll have to check back in on that. And you can go ahead and list your second question whenever you're ready. You said, but yeah, his insecurities over the fact that he dated the toxic girl for so long and his trauma kind of seeps into a relationship. That I can see that. And because of everything she's put him through, which sucks for sure. I can tell he tries hard with me though, but yeah, sometimes I get scared. He kept my number in his phone for 10 years, damn. He kept the things I gave him in high school. And oh my God, he straight up told me he wishes we got back together earlier and he never dated that girl. Yeah, I could see that. I did dump him in high school though, so I feel like he might have trauma from me too. Aww. Also, he does tell me, he says, I have natural beauty. And like I asked him because I was insecure, am I prettier than his ex? And he said, yes, for sure. I could be a model. And he's lucky. Oh, that's so sweet. Also, oh my God, he does tell me he says he's getting married and having kids someday. We haven't said I love you yet, though. We're trying to take it slow. And LOL, we travel so much in general. But yes, we always talk on the phone and text and see each other on weekends. I've known him since we were 7 years old. And we were each other's first romantic relationship. That's very sweet. Oh my God, he keeps telling me he has all these ideas for Christmas gifts for me already. Damn. So safe to say this did resonate for you, which I'm really glad that this resonated. Happy to hear that. That's actually crazy. I don't like every single like confirmation that you have for the reading that I did is like so crazy because people don't usually give me that much information. So like, they're like, yeah, it resonated. Oh my God, you were so on point. Like, but to see it break down the way that you explained it is just so beautiful, because it makes me realize, like, yeah, like everything I am saying, every detail matters. Every reading that I give, it's important to say what I am hearing or I'm thinking or whatever, because it's going to likely have an effect on the person that I'm reading for and connect or click or confirm something. So that's awesome. Thank you for the feedback. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm a psychologist, so I like breaking things down. Perfect. So second question, what would happen if I stayed with Brandon versus my versus my Leo ex, Dakota? With Dakota, we had a physical and emotional connection, but never got closure. Brandon knows, and he seems neutral. So you're saying what would happen if... Oh, okay, I'm a little confused by the question. So are you saying if you were to hypothetically get back together with the Leo, or what would happen if I stayed with Brandon? Okay, so we're doing like a comparison thing. Okay. Like Dakota and I have been talking lately, and Brandon knows. I feel like that could be actually hindering you guys from being able to move forward. You might be right. Yes, like something you need to work through, because remember we had the Hanged Man and Temperance. Temperance talks about stop not following your temptations, because temptations are just instant gratification, but they prevent you from having long-term reward. They're just gratification now, but it's at the risk of losing something that could be really good for you in the long run. And we also have the Hangman, which talks about delays and blocks and things like that. So this could actually be like having these conversations with Brandon could actually be having the adverse effect, where maybe he's not typically a jealous person, and it doesn't seem like he is, but it could be stopping him from wanting to really take things to the next level with you, because maybe he is concerned if that's something you've moved on from. All right, give me a second and I'll look into that for you. Kendra, thank you for checking in. Y'all could be twin flames, considering you feel so aligned and you feel similarly in so many things, and like you went your separate ways but came back together. Okay, so let's see. Let's do, well, you tell me. I feel like Dakota needs to be red, but you let me know, because Dakota's like Leo energy, red, fire, and then maybe this deck can be Brandon, but you tell me what you think would be better, and we'll do a comparison. And then after that is Kendra. So Kendra, you can go ahead and post your first question if you're ready. Okay, so this is Dakota. Shit. Okay, so Dakota and Brandon. Okay. It's nuts because we both moved back to New York from southern states, and our anniversaries with our exes were a day apart. And then our anniversary is now 7/6, and our original was 9/9. Yes, Dakota should definitely be red. Brandon's favorite color is blue too. Shit, that's crazy. Dakota's favorite color. Okay, so we got it because he's dangerous. All right, Spirit. So hypothetically, if Jenna were with Dakota, how would that relationship go, please? How would that relationship go if Leo, Dakota, and Jenna Virgo were together right now versus Brandon? You see what card's trying to come out? The Seven of Swords. All right, strictly I hear boredom. I hear like not boredom in the sense that you guys wouldn't have your fun time together, but I definitely feel like you would be bored of the dynamic because you don't really feel like things are moving forward. I think it would be a little bit more of the same. He's definitely more comfortable with secrets and keeping things hidden from you than he is being honest and being truthful. The Seven of Swords is also here, which talks about being sneaky, wearing like a false mask, maybe not saying everything up front. I think the thing is that in a lot of aspects, you guys worked very well together. And maybe even felt very familiar to one another in the sense that like getting close was easy for you two. And maybe it was a bit of a rush, honestly. But I see this as like you being unsatisfied, you being unhappy, you thinking of all the possibilities of where this can go. And that is the equivalent to me of being uncertain. So there's like seems like a lot of doubt still surrounding it if you were to either pursue Dakota now or have still been in a relationship with him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can understand like that always that what if, but it's like who's to say he says he hasn't dated anyone, but that doesn't mean he hasn't hooked up. That doesn't mean, you know, like I don't know. I guess it depends on what you guys have had conversations about. Um like that actually happened to me just before I got into my relationship with my current boyfriend. This guy literally ignored me, like ghosted me, like months and months later, I'm starting to talk to someone new because I basically told him, yo, I'm cutting you off. And then he got offended and tried to continue it with me. And then I was not entertaining it. So then he just basically blocked me because I was like, no, we're done. Like, I'm done. I'm over it. Moved on, started dating someone new. We hadn't made it official yet, quote unquote. And this guy comes creeping back into the relationship, trying to like be like, I always loved you. I haven't talked to anybody else since. Da 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 da. Like this whole thing, you know, like you're the best sex I ever had, like all this other bullshit. And to me, that wasn't important. What was important is my peace. And that's how I feel with my current boyfriend is I feel at peace. So I don't know. Saying that you haven't been with someone since you or whatever, I don't necessarily think that's like the biggest thing ever, especially if he was never really committed in the first place. It's not really saying much. KDP, thank you for the donation. I'll confirm you in just a second. We are wrapping up a reading for Jenna, and then Kendra's after that. After Kendra, it'll be you. Oh, he did tell you that? Oh gosh. Okay, so what's going to happen with Brandon in comparison to Dakota, please? What will Jenna get out of this relationship with Brandon? Wow, everything's falling out in reverse. Not sure if I should take it though. Hold on. Yeah, that's up, right? Hold on. Okay. Always like redrop them if I'm not sure which way they're supposed to be. So Brandon is the type of person that he's only going to put in what he gets out. So if he feels like you're uncertain or you're hesitant, he is likely going to just match that energy. He is going to like, you know, if you're like, I'm unsure, I'm uncertain, I'm not really sure, like I feel like I need to talk to this person to get closure, he's like, yeah, do you. But he's also not going to give more of himself during that process. I feel like he does have within him, he can get jealous, but he really hates that feeling. So he tries as hard as he can to not feel that way, which means that if he feels like there's any weakness in the relationship, that he will basically stop or halt the progress until he knows for sure that he can feel safe enough to move forward. So it's not necessarily that he can't get jealous, is that he just doesn't like feeling that way. And you need to make sure you're not giving him any reason to doubt the connection or the relationship. And I feel like for you, it's hard because you feel like in order for you to feel connected to someone, you get that emotional intimacy, that physical intimacy. And so you're wanting to connect with him on that level. So it's like almost, it's like the complete exact opposite. It's like he feels like he can't give that to you until he can trust you. And you feel like you can't give him that trust until you feel more connected to him. And it's like literally so weird. It's like that yin yang push pull type of thing. But in this circumstance, I definitely feel like making sure that he knows he can trust you is the only way that this is going to be able to move forward. I really would try to avoid giving him any reasons to question it. So I do see reconciliation here with the Six of Cups. He does want to invest in this with you, and he is willing to see it through. And the thing is he keeps saying you deserve that closure. You deserve that closure, meaning like he really hopes that you walk out of this with closure and not wanting to start something up with Dakota again. He's specifically wording it that way because he's like, you need to find a way to move on from this for us to be able to move forward. He did. It makes so much sense. He did straight up tell me he wants us to continue building that emotional connection before we get physically intimate. Correct. I'm good with that too, but it also made me worry like what if it's because he misses his ex, but you gave me confirmation like no, it wasn't that. Yeah, it's not that. It doesn't feel like that at all. You're getting more stability, you're getting more effort, you're getting more consistency with Brandon. So I feel like you're making the right choice. Let's pull some paper messages here. And charms. All right, so this will be for Dakota. Man, these rings just keep coming up. They really do. Chaos, the first thing I see. Disagreements. I saw dreams, but also streams. Focus, strong. Approach, insomnia, and faith. So this would be like a leap of faith with him. I hear chaos and disagreements like the tower. I feel sleepless nights, maybe. This is a strong bond. I can see that. I see him continuing to want to approach you. Jenna, if you entertain this and you give Dakota the time of day, he is going to continue to try to contact you or connect with you. Aries, fire energy, courageous. I feel like he does have a stronger, like he feels like you are the strongest person that he's ever felt feelings for. Like you're the person he's felt the strongest feelings for, is what I was trying to say. I feel like he's being honest when he says that the relationship is unmatched. Like you are the best that he's ever had. That Drake song from like 15 years ago is coming through. But yeah, I think that it's just going to be a lot of unhinged type of, I guess, vibes around you guys if you were to like burn bright and fast and out very quickly. Like it just doesn't seem something that's going to be very enduring or long term. Kendra, did you post your question? I don't think I saw it. You're really happy with Brandon. Thanks for the clarity. I really appreciate the in-depth details like this. $20 is such a deal. Oh my God, you're welcome. He did tell me that he told me like the only person who challenges him emotionally and like he connects with physically, but he's so unstable. I guess it made me sad with Brandon knowing that he got intimate with his last like 3 weeks in, but he told me she escalated that and he felt he was always controllable with me. I don't control him. Like with me, I want him. to initiate, but his last S was so aggressive. I'm like, yeah, I want that closeness reset. Good. I'm really glad. All right, so let's see, Brandon. Oh. Brandon, the ring came through. I feel like they're both trying to get your hearts. He feels you are incredibly special to him. It's just like this precious thing that you are. He's coming through with like double the strength of commitment than Dakota is willing to give. Again, you being rare is coming through as well, and this feels divinely guided for you to be with Brandon. Interesting, in the last reading we had insomnia with Dakota, but I'm now seeing the word sleep during Brandon's reading. So this is something that is definitely going to give you peace. We have addicted, crazy, focus. Focus is also coming through. So I feel like if you're worried about, are we going to feel that rush? Are we going to get excited? Like, are we going to feel that intimacy, like, because for you, that's a big deal. And, if you're not emotionally and physically compatible, you're like, am I going to continue to invest my time in this? But I feel like even though, like there's that rush, there's that buildup, like even if you haven't actually slept with someone, but you can feel like the tension and the excitement and stuff, it's like, and the attraction that you have for that other person, it's like, even if you haven't actually gone there, I feel like you just know, and you don't have to rush that. I just feel like you already know that that's where you want it to go. And I feel like that should be enough, at least for right now. I feel like this person gives you conversation, gives you that connection that you need, explains to you what he's thinking, what he's feeling. And I feel like at some point, even if you're questioning why, you are going to get a sense of direction. Physical. He actually wants to get physical with you. He wants to give you what you want. But at the same time, he has that experience that will constantly flood in his mind. I think actually a message that's coming through right now is that it's easier to tell you that he needs to wait than to disappoint you and make you feel like it's you. For example, if he becomes impotent during the process, or he can't finish or something like that, you would maybe think that it was you, but it's not. It's him in his own head, and he thinks that if maybe something like that were to happen because he's reliving maybe past trauma during that experience with you, he doesn't want you to blame yourself. So it's easier to just say, hey, maybe we should not rush this. Maybe we should slow things down. But I do feel like you guys are going to have that like infatuation with one another, that excitement, and you are going to have that honeymoon stage that you've been wanting to have. Kendra, I don't know if you've heard me, girl, but I was asking for your question. I've been scrolling and I haven't seen it yet. Oh, geez. I just saw what you said in comparison to Dakota's and Brandon's ex. Yeah, exactly. That's very cute. Oh God, Jenna, I'm so sorry to hear that. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for the donation. Kendra, let me actually look. I gotta confirm Katie as well. I think Katie said she donated. Let's see. Katie is here for a BOGO as well. Okay. Thank you, you too, Jenna. I'm looking into acting classes as I'm hoping to start one at the end of the year or beginning of the year. I found one with a lady named Robin. Can you look into how this class would be for me? Oh, you're welcome, Jenna. Have a good night. I'm holding the deck upside down. What the heck? My camera is like always off to the side, and I'm not, like, my desk is not aligned with my camera. So as I lay them out, I think they look straight and they don't. Ooh. So all three of these cards came out at the same time. I feel like this is going to go really well for you, Kendra. I like this class, actually. I feel like it's a bit of a challenge, but I feel like it's how you're going to grow. I feel like she's going to test you and have you do things that are maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, but it feels very good. Ace of Cups I saw when I cut the deck, and it just makes me feel like... Here, I'll go ahead and just remove that. Hold on. It is kind of hard to see because I want them close up, but then the banners get in the way. Yeah, it's a healthy challenge. It looks good. It's definitely something that you can manage. But I really do like this. I feel like it's going to help you learn a bunch of different emotions. It's going to help you learn specifically, fear, maybe a specific emotion like fear you haven't 100% been able to tackle, being scared, maybe being put in a predicament where you feel real true fear. I don't know if it's like for horror or if it's for like a serial killer something or whatever. But there's just something to do with like fear of putting you in a place where you understand what it's like to be scared and to be in a place where you feel like you have to fight, where you have to put a lot of emotion into something. But I feel like there are certain areas, like you said, where you feel like you do very well, you're very comfortable in, but then there's other areas of ranges of emotions that you don't. And I feel like this is a very good, challenging class for you. I feel like there's actually people that are there that you are going to actually make friends with. The Three of Cups is here, which talks about celebrations within social circles. So these are going to feel like a lot of wins for you. I feel like it's only going to be good to practice your craft. However, I feel like this particular person, Robin, is going to maybe open you up to a different world, a different expansive view of maybe how to dig deeper or something. I definitely think you should do in person. So the great thing about the Death card, the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands coming out at the same time is it talks about fast confidence and transformations. So how this would apply to you is the way that they explain to you how to get and tap into this particular character or this type of person or whatever. It's the way that this class is instructed, it clicks fast for you. You feel like you are grasping it quickly and doing well. And through that quickness, through the way that this instructor teaches and resonating with you very, very quickly and not feeling like you're struggling or you're behind the class or like you don't understand or you feel like maybe you're not able to tap into that specific thing. In other classes, the instructor might not be the best person for you specifically, but I feel like this person is. Like, I feel like the way that they teach and the methods that they have are so easy to understand, and it almost makes it feel easier, even though it probably isn't. Every teacher, whether it's an acting class or an academic teacher or something like that, it really matters how that person teaches the class in the way that they teach it, because that's going to impact whether or not the student understands the material and understands how to get from point A to point B. And so this instructor just has something about them that makes it like understandable and almost makes you feel like it's information that you can carry into like every endeavor that you have when it comes to acting. Yeah, the star came out. So the star talks about cleansing and hope and feeling a sense of renewal. So it's almost like you're still you, but better. Right? That's what that feels like to me. I feel like also this instructor is able to put you in different situations that you may not usually be in. Like, for example, you might always be the, what is the word? You know, they have like protagonist, antagonist, like the villain. We'll just say the villain and the hero, okay? Your instructor may always put you like in past classes in the hero position. But now you're going to get to see what it's like to be on the villain side of things. You know what I mean? So it's like that's just my example, but I feel like you understand what I'm saying is that you are able to, with this class, get other perspectives, not just the one of the main character or the friend of the main character. Like, you actually get to experience what it's like to be psychotic, what it's like to be manic, what it's like to be depressed, you know, like the things that maybe you don't typically, that range of emotions that you typically don't get to tap into that often. This person's going to allow for that wide range of things. I love how you interpreted that card. A class where you feel like a star, but I feel like you will though, because you're going to grasp the material very quickly. I'm hoping to do networking through this class. Maybe they'll invite industry guests. Maybe I'll get scouted, and that'll be a dream. That would be perfect. Um, I think that's a very good possibility because the Ten of Pentacles here, like I said, that this whatever you learn in this class is going to carry you through to future projects. I see that this teacher makes you feel more at peace, where I think that certain instructors, you either feel like you didn't get much out of it, or you walked out of there going like, I feel like I suck at this, you know? Whereas this teacher is going to make you feel more at peace, like you are honing your talent. But I do see at the very least friendships being formed, and there is a networking aspect to the Three of Cups because there's a social aspect of celebration. Okay, Kendra, so let's go ahead and get you some charms and words. And then whenever you're ready for your second question, I will take it. Katie, if you're still in here, can you just say hi? Check in with me real quick. Yay! Katie, thank you for checking in, girl. I wanted to let you know that I confirmed your reading. Ooh, self-esteem. I like that, Kendra. So you will be next after Kendra. If you want to, you can post your question as well, Katie, and I will hold on to it. No shit. That says confidence. What did I tell you? Okay, so we have planning. Ooh, smoke and mirrors. That's like illusions. I feel like you are going to play some, like, you're going to have exercises where you're like playing someone who's like a little bit gaslighty or mean or villainy. I don't know. Like, there's just something here that makes me feel like you're going to get another perspective or another dynamic. Like, smoke and mirrors makes me feel like maybe a liar, a cheater. I don't know, something kind of crazy. But it seems like there is a range though, because we have confident, we have shy, we have warm, we have planning. Self-esteem and confidence. I love seeing both of those together. I don't necessarily think you're a shy person, but I don't know, maybe you go into a class until you're comfortable being a little bit more standoffish, possibly bringing a little bit of mystery. But I feel like you're going to just kind of dig into this class. I feel like this teacher has a aspect of her that's very serious, but also warm, but also like you don't want to fuck with her or piss her off or waste her time. So it's like you have this admiration for her and this admiring her, but you're also like, I got to make sure that I'm not fucking around because she's serious about this. It's funny because you said like I'm shy, and then I literally saw mystery here, and then you said I could be kind of shy. I'm more mysterious. So yeah, this is someone who wants you to be responsible and will hold you accountable. Like if you say you're showing up, show up. Be early. Be respectful of everyone's time. Like they're kind of like a no bullshitter type of person, and that's the way they run their class. So this leads me to say this is something that you want to do. This is the token of divine guidance for me and spirit saying that this is a blessed opportunity. I see different classes you going to, some during the day, some at night maybe. This is actually something that you really enjoy. I mean, all signs are pointing to taking the class. Ooh, smiley. Happy face. So 3 points, the triangle, it's like live, laugh, love. It's like mind, body, spirit. There's like a trinity here. There's different high points, you know what I mean? It's like birth, life, death. Like, and it's almost like things come full circle. It's like the different complexities of life and things like that, but a lot of things come in threes, as you know. And so this to me just forms like a significant opportunity to taking this class, because those are like pivotal pillars in a way. We do have the crown, so I'm definitely rolling with like the confidence and the self-esteem and the queen energy, being goddess, badass bitch. I mean, a badass bitch maybe too, maybe with the body. Just something that you're really going to enjoy. I really feel like almost like you're showing off a little bit with this class. The dolphin is here. They tend to do like a lot of tricks. They're very emotionally in tune and very intelligent, but they also like to show themselves off. You know what I mean? Like to be there, but they also assist as well. They're also someone who likes to help others. And so I feel like you're also going to be going there for yourself, but also coming out of it realizing that you're also strengthening other people's talents as well, which is very cool to see. I don't know if you can see, but the red lip is trying to come through right there. Yeah, it was an Aries symbol. Yes, ma'am. Oh, wait. I hate that my light is like. So full power, full body energy here. Trying to like make it so you can see it. Yeah, my lighting is horrible in here. I'm sorry. I've tried so many different ways to make my lighting better, and I'm just gonna have to get a floor lamp at some point. I know you're an Aries. I should have connected that. The body. You're probably going to want to impress her, to be honest. Every acting teacher I had in college was a no BS type of teacher. Well, then you're used to it. So the red lip actually didn't come out. So to be honest, I don't necessarily know what it would be regarding, like, for example, in a relationship reading or when you're talking about someone, they may really pay attention to your lips, want to kiss you, like really like when you wear a red lip. But in this situation, I'm not really sure because the charm didn't quite come out. But maybe it's just, maybe you're a mouth actor. Maybe you speak with your mouth. You know, like they have different forms of acting where it's like eyes. A lot of people are expressive with their eyes or their eyebrows, or they're a nose actor, or they're a mouth actor, they're a hand actor. You know, maybe you speak, maybe you're more of a mouth actor. I don't know, but like I said, the charm didn't necessarily come out, so I'm not sure what it would be in that situation. It could talk about speaking up, you know, speaking your mind, being willing to be courageous. That's smart, Kendra. I definitely want to get a floor lamp, but right now I've got to allocate my funds in other places, so I'll have to work on that down the road. Okay. All right, messages from spirit guides in regards to manifestations. Katie, if you'd like to... You said Jordan is in the chat watching this. He'll have the first question. Is that okay? Is Jordan, are you in Jordan? Like, are you paying for Jordan's reading? Is he taking one of your questions or she taking one of your questions? I think that I understand. And yes, that's fine. If you want to divvy up your questions, that's totally fine. Okay. Messages from spirit guides in regards to manifestations for for Kendra. Okay, gotcha. So Jordan can post the question, whatever question he has. Okay, so your manifestations are coming through for you, but there's a word like impatience, maybe that's coming through um, slightly. It's not very strong, but it feels like spirit is saying, like, we're doing things for you maybe one at a time. But the significance here is that you are in a stage, Kendra, where everything is fertile for you. Um, it's like everywhere you walk, everything you touch is like turning to gold for you. It's like you're walking and you're sprinkling seeds everywhere. And this is very fertile ground. And so I want you to focus on the fact that like you're sprinkling your essence all over the place, and that is going to grow. Those things are going to grow. They have no choice but to grow because it's fertile ground for you. So, meaning you've got seeds, right? And you're planting, you're throwing them over here and you're throwing them over there, and you're maybe throwing them into a money pot, and then you're over here throwing it into an acting pot, and you're over here throwing it into a love pot. Like, it's all going to grow. It's all going to grow at different rates because they're different manifestations, they're different things. But yes, you're sprinkling your essence everywhere, all over the place. But it's still right now is in seed form. It hasn't quite sprouted. It's not growing leaves. It's not growing flowers yet. And you want to see them bloom. You want to see these things come to fruition, but we're still in the stage of sprinkling the shit around. So, Spirit is saying, you're doing the work, but you're not necessarily seeing the rewards just yet, but they're close and they're happening for you. And just know that everything around you right now, everything you touch is very alive, it's very fertile. And this is going to bring you what it is that you want. I see you here in the center of the reading as the magician, really wanting to make this shit work. You said you've been a little patient. No lie. I promise you're trying to be patient. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough. I know I'm doing the work though, and aligning and evolving, and I just feel like I'm not doing enough, but I'm trying to be patient. And that's the thing too, Kendra, is it's like it's not just on you either. It's like I feel like, earlier when I was doing readings for you months and months and months ago, you felt like it was all Spirit's job to do this for you. And now you feel like it's all on you to do this. And it's like, no, y'all work together. So try to not be as hard on yourself as I think you have been. Because you are making things work. It's just a little slow at this time. I think more than anything, it's not slow about love. It's not slow about maybe acting a little bit, but I think that possibly your main concern is you want to prove to yourself that you made this move, that you did this thing for a reason, that you can actually say like, oh, finally I got my big break. Like I did something with what I had, and I made something amazing out of it. And you want to feel in that energy of what is available to you, what is here for you, but you're just not quite meeting it yet. And so Spirit is saying, like, relax into the moment, relax into the confidence that you have done the things that you need to do, and now it's just a matter of watching it grow, watching it blossom, watching it happening. Yeah, you said I'm the magician. I love that. I keep saying because I'm like, I feel like I'm only getting information in bits and pieces. So give me a second here. I do see some restrictions with the Eight of Swords. I'm trying to figure out. I see you wanting to be immersed in the lifestyle of what you're here and what you came here to do. And you feel like you're more on the outskirts or on the outside. You don't feel like you're really fully in the world that you see yourself in right now. You feel like you're close, but you're not quite there. The moon is here twice. The moon fell onto the moon, which is interesting. Why is the Six of Cups here, Spirit? Why is the Six of Cups here? Are you manifesting someone from your past? A friend or a lover? Are you thinking about the past at all? You have 2 more steps before you get to where you're supposed to be. So what I want to see in the next reading is like an 8 of Pentacles, because that comes after the 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles is where you are starting to be in that place of receiving all of your manifestations. So we want to see a lot more 8 of Pentacles coming through, more than usual, because then I know that 9 is the next step for you. Also, I think when you see 9s, or you see 999 or 99 or even the number 9, I think that's going to be very important for you as well. I had this weird time in my life like 2 years ago when these synchronicities that were happening in my real life was also happening in like the shows I was watching and the things I was reading, and it was kind of freaking me out. Like someone would have said au revoir or whatever that word is to me in real life, and then that night I would have come home and watched like the Big Bang Theory, and they would have said that exact phrase in the show, and I'm like, that's weird because it's not something you hear every day. And don't judge me on my French because I know it sucks. But basically, like those things would happen, or like basically I would be celebrating someone's birthday, like a coworker's birthday that day, and then I go home and watch an episode of something, and then they're celebrating their coworker's birthday on the show, or just weird things like that where I'm just like, what the hell? And it would happen to Kendra like literally every goddamn day. And I realized, like, as that was happening a couple months later, I'm like in the process of buying a house, one of my manifestations. You know what I mean? Moving in. It's like synchronicities like that will also start happening. You're going to start being like, am I going crazy? What the hell is this? And those are synchronicities. I think about the past sometimes, like Yvonne, but I'm not trying to manifest him, but I've reached out to contact. I met in college, and he's a well-known manager out there in LA, and I reached out to him to schedule a meeting, and he told me to reach out. Wait, so you reached out to Yvonne? Oh, someone you met in college. Okay. We made a touch on Insta and on and off synchronicities. Someone I met in college. Okay, so the Six of Cups here, when it's talking about your manifestations, there's someone from the past who is going to help you get your fortune. And by fortune, I mean your blessings, your goals, your manifestations. There's someone here in the past that you've been thinking of, which seems like you contacted, that's actually going to play a pivotal role in you getting some things that you've been trying to work on. So I feel like this person you reached out to could help you get to your manifestations. What I originally thought was this person of the past was a manifestation for you. But I'm understanding now it's this person's going to help you get that manifestation. I was a little confused in the context, which is why I asked. I know I don't normally ask questions. So that's good. That's actually really positive information here, pivotal information that had I not digged a little bit deeper, I wouldn't have realized. Good. Okay, well, don't give that up. Definitely keep working towards that. I actually want to like show you those cards. It's like someone from the past helping you with your manifestations and your good fortune, your blessings. It's a good luck cards. He's an older gentleman, but he's a well-known manager out in LA. Hell yeah. Ooh, I have a good feeling about this person. No, yeah, I mean, I totally get it. I understand you not wanting to like have high hopes and get your hopes up and things like that, but I don't know. I've got a good feeling about this, especially since it came through in your manifestation reading. Jordan, if you are in here, you are KDP's friend. I am ready for your first question. You can let me know what it is. All right, so let's grab some charms. It's someone from your past. Like I originally interpreted it as someone from your past that you are manifesting, but I didn't feel like I understood the whole story, especially because I don't think you're manifesting someone from the past, but that's why I asked. So if you haven't been trying to manifest someone from the past, then I wouldn't take that as that message. It just seems like this person that you've known before is helping you get to where you want. All right, so let's give me some information on manifestations for Kendra, please, Spirit. Give me some information. All right, so Aquarius and Cancer, good to remember either a person that's an Aquarius or a Cancer or a time frame of Aquarius, Cancer. Imaginative and friendly. Ooh, we have the red lip. This is like little lipstick. I don't know if you can see it or not, but oh, that's cute. This person's a straight shooter. I feel like they are going to tell you what they like about you, what you need to work on, this contact that you had. Your resilience is actually holding strong. So Kendra, you have like almost like a cat, you know, like 9 lives. You have this resilience about you that you can withstand pretty much any condition that you find yourself in. And so Spirit is saying that like part of that is because of your determination, your motivation, and you holding the vision, which is what's going to help you bring these things that you want into your experience and into your reality. I feel like there's a spirit animal totem around you, a reindeer. You may want to look up what a deer or a reindeer symbolizes spiritually. You are in control. You're navigating your own ship. Here's a star. You're literally like, I like that the star is there because I'm like the star of the class, but it's like you are the star. You really are. I see you traveling, airplane here. This also talks about communication, things that travel virtually. You could be doing a lot of like virtual networking, communications, messaging, emails, sending videos, things like that. But this also literally talks about travel as well. I see you being like wild and free, kind of marching to the beat of your own drum. This regal beauty. So there's an airplane on your vision board. Hell yeah. Oh, that's right. Remember I did a reading with you? It was just the cards and I heard like plane or travel or something. Control. Shit. I literally can't make this shit up. I literally said to you, you are in control. You are navigating your ship. And then what the fuck? Control comes out. Messages. I talked about messages going back and forth, communicating virtually online. And we have the word message. Are you mixed, Kendra? I don't know why, but like I'm looking at this as like a literal term for ethnicity. Maybe this is bringing diversity to the situation. And I said, you're wild and free. And then we have the word free. Current, stream, a lot of water imagery with the ship wheel and then current and stream. Ooh, sea. Are you manifesting or have you tried to manifest any like spiritual abilities? There is the term low-spirited here, but I think that comes with the territory of, like you said, you're trying to have patience. So that is noted here. You are outgoing, and yeah, you're outgoing. You're not mixed, some people think you are. So I feel like the appearance of being mixed is going to benefit you in many ways in this industry. You get that, you have that diversity. You know how like certain people can look like Middle Eastern or like Hispanic, you know? They can play either role. Like I feel like you will be able to bring multiple like types of characters to life because of your appearance, which is going to work in your favor. Yes. That's actually very cool. No spiritual abilities. Okay. Because I was going to say I am seeing clairsentience and clairvoyance for you. But that could just be a note that you needed to hear. All right. So that's what I've got for you, Kendra. I hope you liked the charmies. Thank you so much for your patience as well with me while I get through all of these readings. So with the heart on the shirt, it talks about wearing your heart on your sleeve. So I'm not sure how that relates to your manifestation, but if that's what you're drawn to, then I definitely would like consider it. It also can talk about being more heart focused or heart chakra alignment as well. I thought I did say that, but maybe I didn't. It is feel, Kendra. So remember I was telling you I feel like you have clairsentience and clairvoyance. That is clear feeling and clear seeing, because I saw feel and I saw see. That's why I was asking if you were trying to like harness and hone in on any psychic abilities. Yay! You're welcome, Kendra. I'm so glad that I was able to give you some guidance and answer some questions. Thank you again for your donation. Makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, Jordo. Jordo's taking the first question for KDP. Katie, you can also post your question if you'd like. I'm ready for it. You're definitely more intuitive since you moved, but you haven't really focused on it that much. I heard like California is one of the places, like Mount Shasta or something, has like a very psychic portal. So you may feel yourself being more intuitive because you feel more aligned, number one, but also you're close to a very sacred, like psychic type of energy in California. Adios, Kendra. It was good chatting with you. All right, so this is for Jordo. Am I making the right decision in regards to my love life? Okay, Katie. Is that a different Jordan or is this Jordan? So Jordan or Jordo, I'm assuming you want to go by Jordan. I feel yes. I also feel like you know that it's a yes, but there is a part of you that's a bit hesitant, maybe because this is all new and you're not really sure. I see you working with someone like teamwork, friendship, maybe leaning on friends at this time. There does seem to be a bit of confusion. The Five of Wands is it talks about maybe like struggles, conflict, but it can also talk about feeling like competitive. Um, Maybe where you feel like someone's making more efforts in your love life, or you are making more efforts and feel like you're not getting much out of it or not getting much in return. I see this is something that you're thinking about quite a bit. The Seven of Pentacles is very in your head. It can also indicate overthinking as well, and also living sometimes in a fantasy world. It also talks about dissociating and kind of going off into like your own mind and kind of like not being here or not being very grounded. Knight of Wands is impulsive. So maybe you have a history of feeling indecisive and making decisions and then not really sure if they're the right ones. Um, yeah, so Katie asked a question and said, what's going on between Jordan and me? And I'm wondering, I was asking her if that's the Jordan that's in here, you, Jordo, or if it's a different Jordan that she's asking about. The Knight of Wands can also talk about player energy where you don't really feel, or someone doesn't feel like they can commit. Maybe want to play the field or maybe experience with like cheating. That can mold how you make your decisions. I see you here as the King of Cups. You're somebody who wants someone who's on the same page as you, someone who is emotionally available. But I see that you are also very guarded. there's something to do with like secrets here, or like hidden information, or not being completely upfront, maybe due to feeling wounded or like hurt by someone or scarred. The Hermit is here, which talks about needing time on your own to kind of work through things and process things and figure out how you feel, where maybe you feel like to other people it would be natural to bounce these ideas off of others and like rely on other people. You feel the need to like go within and really try to figure things out on your own. So I am getting a yes overall that you did make the right decision, but I can see your hesitancy or confusion due to maybe it feels pretty fresh, or like you feel like you haven't given it fully enough time or enough thought, and therefore you're like overthinking. That's really all I've got without having any more information about this. I might be able to tap in a little bit further, but that's what I have as far as your question goes. It feels like a yes. Oh, gotcha. You're very welcome, Jordo. So you guys are in communication and trying hard to stay away from one another. I see. I definitely would say, Jordo, with this reading, it feels like you are making the best decision for yourself right now. Now, if you've never had a tarot reading before, I just want to advise you that energy can change. If decisions, like let's just say you decide tomorrow something else, maybe this reading would be different. This is all along the trajectory of following that timeline that you're currently in. And I am getting from Spirit maybe to try to rely on other people, because you kind of go off on your own or like and try to make these decisions, but maybe it's best that you rely on people outside of this relationship, because I did see the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about like friendship and teamwork and things like that. And it makes me feel like it's important for you to rely, if you're going to rely on other people, that you do it outside of this relationship, because maybe maybe you guys rely on each other quite a bit. It seems it's possible. But I'm glad that it felt right to you. You said only when Katie makes me, but it's fun. It is a lot of fun. Ah, I see. So you guys are friends. You can see how I'm confused, right? Okay, so there's Jordan, who I just did a reading for, and there's Katie, who I'm about to do a reading for. But Katie is asking about a different Jordan. Is that correct? Well, much love to you, Jordan. I hope that you continue on this healing journey, and I hope that my reading benefited you in some way, and we see you again. We were together, but we both recently divorced separately. Sorry, I was like so confused. I was like, wait, what is happening? You can see how I would be confused, right, guys? Okay, so same Jordan, just inside jokes. We were together, but we both recently divorced separately and don't know if it's real or just nice if someone likes you. Ooh. Okay. Gotcha. Spirit, can you please give us some guidance on the connection between Katie and Jordan? They want to know if this is a real connection or if it's just something that feels nice, something that's comfortable. What is going on with this connection between Katie and Jordan, please? This is actually a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever done a reading for two people who were in my chat at the same time. I actually really like this. Okay, so I will say it does feel very real. I haven't necessarily seen like Ace of Cups or Four of Wands or anything like that coming out, which does signify like a more emotional attachment to one another. Of course, you guys are just having fun, like it's like a good vibe. You said you also broke up and went to the concert. You like emotional adrenaline. Okay, so you're trying to kind of navigate through the connection that you guys have. I will say it feels real. It feels real to me. It seems like you guys are being very smart about it though. Because maybe you just don't want to like rush into something and maybe feel like I don't know, y'all want to do things the right way. You want to make the right moves. I can say that it's very clear that you guys enjoy one another's company. The reason why I say that is because the Six of Pentacles is here, which talks about balance. It talks about equal exchange in effort and exchange in energy. And the Nine of Cups talks about feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, and feeling like your wishes are coming true, or like maybe each other feels like a wish. You guys feel like a wish to one another, kind of like this is something fun, this is exciting, this is something that like fills me up, kind of. I see the communication continuing to go back and forth. The World is here, which talks about travel. I know you guys like going and doing things, but I don't know if that resonates for you, that specific word itself. But the World also talks about feeling integrated. So it's like you guys feel very a part of each other and each other's lives. And maybe like things are coming full circle, but you're trying not to repeat patterns or cycles or something along those lines. The Death card here for this deck specifically is like so cute to me because it's literally a couple rising from the ashes, kind of like a phoenix, you know, where maybe you guys have been through turmoil and heartache and heartbreak, and you have your own sets of issues and traumas and relationships that you've, I don't know, escaped or walked away from, but somehow you guys are finding it through together. And at the very minimum, this is a really good friendship. This is a really good connection. 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 This is a really good con And maybe that's why I was seeing like lean on people, maybe lean on each other, because there was like a teamwork friendship thing that talked about leaning on someone outside of yourselves. So maybe you guys feel like there's that bond that's formed as well, just due to similar experiences. I feel like you guys are both very honest with one another. You want the best for each other. I can see that you, Katie, want justice for Jordan. You want him to come out the other side winning and for things to benefit him. And Jordan, I can see the same thing for you to Katie. It's like you guys just really hope the best for one another. Where the future lies is still all in your mind. Nothing is actually tangible, nothing is actually happening. The Two of Wands is very much mental plans. So either things that you guys communicate that you would be kind of cool to happen, but hasn't actually happened yet, or the plans haven't actually been made. Or maybe Katie, you envision where this could possibly go, and Jordan, you do too, but it's not something that's actually been mapped out and planned. You know what I mean? Like the bags aren't actually packed, the tickets aren't actually bought. Like it's just things in your mind that kind of swirl around that make you think and wonder of where this can go. But this is a very future based type of mentality to have. I feel like you guys are actually making each other stronger throughout this process. And like I said, at the very minimum, it's a good friendship to have. You communicate very well with one another. And the Empress is here, which talks about very fertile ground. Everything here in this reading, if I could sum it up in one word, it would be expansive. And that means that it's forward moving. It's the ability to grow from this and having growth. There's life here. There's the ability for progress and future movement. This is likely something that could be long term because the world is here, which is the end of a journey. This is something that makes me feel like you guys have this potential to be in each other's lives for a very long time. Now, if you want to break it down to details, it seems as though you guys actually could expand your relationship, take it to the next step, actually become committed to one another. Maybe future plans. I mean, the Empress literally talks about fertility. It literally talks about um, like even pregnancy and like being a parent. So maybe you guys just have a really good intimacy. If you haven't gotten there yet, it probably could happen. But it could also mean like starting something new, starting a new life together, which is like the very minimal extent that I can see here. But there's just so much more that can come from this once you guys start to make those decisions. So, am I seeing love just yet? No. I'm seeing a very deep appreciation for one another. Um, but I think that also the reason I'm not seeing like Ace of Cups, you have 6 kids. I'm not seeing Ace of Cups. I'm not seeing Four of Wands. I'm not seeing Ten of Pentacles or Ten of Cups or whatever, because I feel like neither of you have made that actual decision to maybe take this to that point. Right now, you're just kind of seeing things how they are, but it feels real. And I want you guys to know, like, I'm not seeing anything negative here. Like, there's not a single negative card in this reading. And even here, this talks about seeking opportunities and potential. I see you guys maybe wanting to escape together. You probably have fantasies of one another where, you kind of sneak off, run away, go on a retreat or a weekend getaway, or maybe you actually do these things. But it just seems like a very precious bond that you guys have. And, it's very cool. It'd be exciting to see where this went. You said nope. What did you say nope to? So yeah, it's not all in your head. Oh, yes. So yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen it. So I hope that that resonated for you guys. I really appreciate the donation, and hopefully you guys come back. Katie, I know I've seen you here before. You're welcome. All right, you guys, I'm actually going to call it a night. Y'all were last on my list, but I will be back tomorrow if you guys are interested. And if not, I'll see you, I'm sure, pretty soon. You guys have a great rest of your night, okay? And also, thank you for that new experience for me. That was a lot of fun. Bye.